person in this world that matters to me still is my daughter. But I'm still defending the fact that I didn't hurt her.
For the first time on camera, CaseyAnthony, the woman infamously accused and later acquitted of murdering her own daughter, Caylee.
As to the charge of first-degree murder, not guilty. Casey's never told her story.
Is now addressing lingering questions more than a decade after that not guilty decision.
911, what's your emergency? My daughter's been missing for the last 31 days.
Blames her father, George, for the tragic death, alleging that he staged Caylee's drowning in order to cover up that he might have been abusing his granddaughter. She tells Peacock, owned by NBC Universal, which also owns NBC News, that the day Caylee disappeared, she actually fell asleep with the 2-year-old child in her arms.
Some of you may not agree with me on this, but this is why I created this platform/channel so that we can learn how to think outside of the box. First off, I'm going to be honest. Her dad did make me feel that he knew something more, or it was something more attached to this situation that wasn't being said on either part. I do think she's a big liar. I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, she's innocent of this and that. But I do believe it is some type of truth behind what she's saying, y'all. I hate to bust some people bubble. They going to say, no, how could you, this and that. But even if we don't agree with her as a person and how her actions was during this time of her daughter, I do believe that there's some truth behind this. I do feel that her father is behind something. I just can't put my finger on it.
On the death of her daughter, Caylee, and she's placing the blame squarely on her, George Anthony. In the 3-part docuseries, CaseyAnthony, Where the Truth Lies, Casey tells her version of the events in her first on-camera sit-down interview. The 36-year-old became internationally famous in 2008 after the disappearance of her 2-year-old daughter, Caylee. After the girl vanished, her remains were found in a wooded area near the family home. Casey was charged with her daughter's murder. However, during her 2011 trial, her legal team argued that Caylee had drowned in the family pool. Casey was infamously acquitted of the murder charges in July of 2011, but she was convicted of 4 counts of providing false information to law enforcement and served prison time for those charges. During her sit-down interview, Casey drops several bombshells and elaborates on her allegations that she had been sexually abused by her father George and her brother Lee. Both men have vehemently denied those claims in court and have never been charged. Casey alleges that her father staged Caylee's drowning in order to cover up that he may have been abusing his granddaughter. She recounts the night her daughter went missing. She says that she wasn't feeling great, so she wanted to lie down in bed beside Caylee. She claims that she was awoken by George, who was asking her, "Where's Caylee?" Casey recalls being confused because she says Caylee would never leave her room without telling her. She goes on to claim that after she looked for her daughter in the house, she saw her father holding Caylee, who appeared to be all wet. She alleges that her father then handed her Caylee and told her that it was her fault. She also claims that he didn't resuscitate Caylee or rush to call 911. She then alleges that George took Caylee and then told her in a softened tone that it was going to be okay. Casey recalls that afterwards, she went on to stay with her then boyfriend, but she didn't tell anyone what had happened. She claims she wasn't under the impression that her daughter was dead.